My biggest scare was my children, because I was in the process of, the divorce. I thought that would, take precedence of who was going to get custody of my kids. Every time I've come in here, they've been very nice to me. I feel like they're kind of like family. Here we are now. The charges were dropped and my life is starting to continue. My name is Jennifer Jenga, and I worked with Manny and Scott. So yes, I came into the office. I met with Manny. He's very professional, very nice. He helped me on how I was going to go about my case and how I would deal with what had happened. I'm not going to lie, when I came in here, he made me feel really comfortable. He did. I was having an issue with my younger daughter, and I was trying to discipline her by taking her cell phone away. And her dad is totally against that. So he kept her for the whole weekend at his house so that she didn't have to have her phone taken from her. And when he went to drop her back off on Sunday to come back to my house, I told him that I was gonna take her phone away. And so he came to my house with his girlfriend and my younger daughter, and he started yelling at me, and so did his girlfriend, and it got a little ugly. She got up in my face and then ran off. Well, my ex got, up into my face and chest bumped me, so I pushed him away, and he called the cops on me. And when the cops came, I admitted to pushing him away from me, and I was arrested, unfortunately. I don't think it was right, but I guess it is what it is. Scott's awesome. He is very straightforward. He tells it how it is. Once I spoke to him, I knew that I, was good to go with my case, no matter which way it went. They gave me the option to settle and, say that I was guilty, and I would only have to do some community service, some domestic violence classes. And, he made me feel good that if we went to trial that, everything would be okay. Every time I've come in here, they've been very nice to me. I feel like they're kind of like family. Here we are now. The charges were dropped and my life is starting to continue. My divorce is almost over and my kids are with me. And I would recommend them to anybody. They're awesome. So I was Googling. Once I got out of jail, I was very scared because I had a domestic violence charge on me and a restraining order, and I didn't want to take any chances of losing my kids or my job. So I went online and I was searching for domestic violence lawyers that had good reviews, and they were at the top. And so I went through the reviews and I read some of the testimonials that people put online, and it just made me feel comfortable. So I called, I got an appointment instantly, and that was that. My biggest scare was my children, because I was in the process of, the divorce. I thought that would, take precedence of who was going to get custody of my kids. And I have an insurance license, so my job requires me to have that license. If I have any type of charges like that, it could affect my job and just my livelihood in general. I have two lawyers. I have a divorce lawyer and I had to hire the domestic violence lawyer. And the difference in the service that they gave me it's not even questionable. So my divorce lawyer has been a nightmare. It was a terrible process. Rossen Law Firm answered my call when I needed them. Anytime I called, they were able to tell me what was going on with my case. They kept me informed. And they were very, helpful with everything. It was fantastic. I felt like 100 bricks were taken off my shoulders. I wasn't worried about my kids anymore. I knew after that, I had control of the situation now, and it wasn't gonna affect, my custody of my kids and my job. So it was fantastic. So I feel like if you find yourself in a situation like I was in, I would definitely not try to go through it by yourself. Try and get, somebody to help you through the process. And I would highly recommend Rossen. Fantastic. Because, like I said, anytime that I needed them or had questions, they were always there for me. And they're still willing to help me deal with my divorce lawyer that's giving me issues. He's going to call him and get him to get his crap together. Just moving forward with my life. I wouldn't say carefree, but stress-free. You know, like I said, I'll have my kids. I don't have to worry about not having my kids around me. That's my most important thing in life. I would recommend the Rossen Law Firm to anybody who is in need of a domestic violence lawyer, help, anything. They will get you out of whatever sticky situation you need. This year has been lifing for me, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a roller coaster ride. So this whole situation, now that it's done and over with, is whew.